Hello everyone, Miraj here, and today I have another review of a game. It's again Nature's Gift, Devotion Against Blaze of Glory, but this time, spoiler alert, I lose. But it's really interesting to see how I could have won this. Because actually there was one specific little detail that was a critical mistake, and that could have been avoided by playing correctly around the things and by reading the opponent well. What you can take from this video to help your play style is that you should never be lazy, even in the little things, because even little things like the charges uh, leader can make a huge difference. So, we are talking about the Scaliga matchup that we saw also in another video that I will link in the description. And the game plan here is similar to the other one. So you have either two options. First one is to win round one and bleed out the ice round two. And the second option is to win round one and go for a very long round three. This second option is better if you have at your disposal the defender. If you do not have the defender, then you should pretty much always try to bleed the ice. Here in the mulligan, I think the hand is quite good and playable. I'm also on red, so I can play relax and I will not lose one card down. But yes, even maybe it's even a too good of a hand. I decide to mulligan away the defender because I think I will. It will be very much more useful in the round three, and I also decide to mulligan the protector because maybe it's too good to expand on red coin. Our opponent starts with the Uncreate Riders, and here I fear the tactical advantage and that my Serpent Trap will not have value. In this matchup, it's not that useful. So it's maybe the best option here is just to nullify their play. Obviously, we are trading down in provision with this move, but yet this is the best thing to get as much value as possible from this card. Also because we are trying to get the opportunity to win on even. Then he plays the coral. He decides also to immediately activate the stratagem. I don't know why, to be honest. I think he could have waited a little bit. Still getting the skirmisher, getting a draw, not bad at all. And here the problem is that I want to play the Hamadryad, but he has another charge from the Coral. Probably he has the Birna. So if I even play the Hamadryad plus leader charge, the Hamadryad will go at 6, and this is very bad for me. So I decide to play the Zoltan's Council. This puts some units in the back row later for Gezras if needed, and it also make a 1 point treant in which maybe he cannot optimize the pings from the coral. If one of the ping goes here, it's one missing. He just uses the coral, get rid of one of the dwarf, also have the Morkvarg in hand, then uses the Birna as planned. Unfortunately, I get one additional point from the ping that goes to the one. Now it's my turn, and I feel safe to play the Hamadryad. And now I need to play some points because I'm starting to getting quite back, quite low on points. It's 23 of difference, and I can also invest a leader charge here to get the ball rolling. I invested one leader charge. He plays the Hymen's Cold, gets one other ping from the coral. Unfortunately, he gets rid of the other unit of the dwarf. Yet I have also this powerful crushing trap that will grant me a lot of points in this first row. So I'm not worried in continue playing here. Here I think also that if I wanted to contest the first round, I needed to play something. And the less committal thing that I can play and that will make me stay into the round is the Call of the Forest into the Hamadryad. So it's quite expensive, to be honest. Don't know if this is the best move, but it makes a commitment that I want to the first round. Check the deck for other opportunities. I find none, to be honest. And then I also use another leader charge. Maybe I could have thought about not using this leader charge. Maybe this was not optimal, but yet I just at the end I decided to use it. Go for the first round. Here my opponent decided to just pass because he thinks I will have to invest a lot of resources. And he is right, actually, because unfortunately my crushing trap is not enough to get me ahead. It's 10 points plus the 2 from the Hamadryad. It's 12 points, which is enough. And here I decided to go for a long round 3. I just played the crushing trap, which again is not enough. Pass the turn, get a couple more points, and use the Wry-Headed Dragoon, because I think in this matchup that will not be useful. I saved the Gezras, I saved the Defender, which is very huge. I still have all the powerhouses also in my deck, so I can definitely win the third round. Obviously here I cannot lead, I cannot push because I am 2 card down. So I have to dry pass and obviously mulligan hard. Here I don't like the abandoned girl in this spot. I'm searching for my golds, and I think the abandoned girls in for the third round are too slow, even though they have a symbiosis tag. He just dumped a Brookvar Hunter for the dry pass, and he got also to mulligan some to get some additional mulligan maybe. Here nothing fancy. I just draw the cards, mulligan again, the same thing as before. I don't like those cards, so I just get a very good fauve that I can use on the Isengrim Council. And now it's time to get something going on with my defender. I kept it for the third round just for this. And here it's important to think that I'm fearing if he is able to remove this, I'm in a bad spot. But also, he played the Tirgvi here. The most problematic thing I was thinking about was actually the Hjalmar Uncrate, because he had an 8 something to destroy it in one go. But the Tirgvi should have told me that he actually couldn't get rid of this in one go unless he committed the iced plus leader. So here you see the critical mistake just happened. As I show in the other video, you usually want to use the defender to give to the opponent less points as possible. So in this spot, the defender is at 8. And at 8, the defender is perfectly fine. Sure, I'm fearing the Hjalmar, but the opponent used the Tirgvi, and he also used the Herkja with the order ability to ping the defender a couple of times, to try to ping the defender a couple of times. So this should have told me that he cannot get rid of the defender in one go cheaply with a Hjalmar. So definitely this is the best target for him, or the only target actually, for the iced plus leader. What I should have done here simply not use the charge. I should just have waited for it and just play all the other cards. Also because by playing the charge here, I have no more charge for my Gezras. And so the Gezras stays under the Skjordal. This is very, very bad for me, also because then the Gezras will be very, very few points and will be answered very, very efficiently. Then we can go on and see how it goes. I just play it normally, but as you can see here, also another ping, he cannot get rid of my defender. I should just not put other points into it. It was fine to leave it there. And now it's pretty straightforward, to be honest. Here there are a lot of options. I chose here to just get immediately the Dryad out of removal range, I think, with the Caress. But here there's nothing to fancy to do at the moment. Also because if we just rebuke here, we are losing the value from the death blow. So it's just he's wasting 2 points, we are wasting 2 points, nothing major. Even though the rebuke here could have been a good option. But he also has the location, he has a lot of things still to do so. As you can see here comes the Heist. He gets some value that he should have not got from the leader because of my charge misplay. And now the situation is getting tough. He's quite ahead. I'm a little bit scared that he will be able to discard something else. So I decided to just get rid of the Heist and his second charge here with a rebuke, getting also the death blow bonus. And now the game is pretty straightforward. Unfortunately, I cannot protect the Gezras anymore. He plays the Hern Kaduk. Just get rid of one of the Dryad. Just start to get rid of also the Aethne. Get some Bloodthirst. I play the Forest Protector. Go for the rebuke into the Witcher to get some value also out of his location. And now this 5 can be a good target for Skjordal. But obviously he's just keeping it for worst target, which is my Gezras. Here I decided to try to save my Aethne. Definitely another option was to just rebuke this Witcher. What's the problem here? If I rebuke, I risk to lose the Aethne, but I also get the value from her symbiosis. Problem is also that I lose 1 point from the Gezras. So definitely I could have also just rebuked here. Was fine. This Bloodthirst is very good for him because it saves a couple of points even here. And unfortunately, I cannot go for the Purify onto this Modryad because I fear the Morkvarg to be here. Skjordal comes down as expected. If I have the charge, this would have been unanswerable, so it was a straight win. I just get the most value I can from my last rebuke because he also used the location onto the Witcher. And finally, also the Morkvarg comes down. And this is not enough. I'm pretty close. I hope that the all the trick with the FOV plus Isengrim comes into the Harald Gore can do it. But my misplay is too much, and I get punished by 1 point. So definitely you can see here how good, how important it is to just play, not play lazy, and also think about the charge. 1 point can do the difference, and it's doing the difference for me pretty much every game. So when the game is tough, when the game is close, and the close games should be the majority of your games. Otherwise, it means that the deck is not optimized for all the matchup and all the potential and all the player agency that it can actually have. If you are lazy in the details, in charges, in the 1 point optimization of strategy of play around the opponent stuff, you get punished, as I was in this video. I hope you appreciate also this analysis, and more will come with also other content about the Nature's Gift stuff, with tips and tricks to play the deck. And let me know what you think, what things maybe you want to see, and if there is something that you was not quite clear for you. Have a nice day, and see you soon.